Welcome back. The opening week of North Dakota high school football provided plenty of excitement, highlighted by our televised game that saw West Fargo knock off Minot on the road. Now we turn our attention to this Friday and another slate of great games across the state. To get you ready for those and break down the latest Midco SN Power Rankings, we bring in our very own Jody Norstedt. Jody?
Thanks, Kelly. That's the beauty of opening night, right? All you have is rosters and projections to that point, and then you finally get to see things play out on the field. Cheyenne surprised some people with the upset of two-time defending champ Century, and other 3A teams like Fargo North, Fargo South, and Mandan all came up with big wins. Let's take a look at my latest power rankings. I have Bismarck taking over that top spot from Century. The Demons dominated Davies on Saturday to move from 2-1 for me. Quarterback Will Madler and running back Jalen Sprecher are such a dynamic duo. They'll be tough to stop all season. The team that will have that challenge this Friday happens to be number 2 in my power rankings. The Demons go to West Fargo in a couple of days to take on the Packers, who looked very good in that win over Minot. It'll be interesting to see if Andy Gravdahl can put up the kind of performance he did against the Magicians, because he was fantastic, accounting for 3 total touchdowns on Friday night. Getting back to the power rankings, Cheyenne moves from 5 to 3 after knocking off the champs. I keep Century and Minot in my top 5 for now, but Legacy is knocking on the door along with a few others. One of those other teams that's making a strong case to be added to the rankings is Fargo South. The Bruins had a 6.5-hour drive to Williston Friday night, but it was worth it. They picked up a 28-0 shutout win to kick off the Tyler Kozel coaching era. South's passing game stood out. Caleb Johnson finished with a monster game, 208 receiving yards and a pair of touchdowns. Mandan and its own passing attack will come to South on Friday, and the Bruins see it as an opportunity to take a big step as a program.
We've been telling the guys all summer, the first couple games, we got to come out and make a statement, because we're going to be under the radar with all the overturn and different things like that. So it's exciting for our guys to get opportunities like this and to prove themselves. And we have a lot of returners coming back. Mandan does as well, and it's both of us want to prove ourselves early in the season.
We definitely feel like we are a little under the radar, but we know who we are. We know how well we can play. We know each other. We're a good unit, and we're confident.
They do have a good receiver, Steckler, so we're going to have to keep an eye on him and just maintain the passing game and get the running game established on offense, and that will open up the passing game for us, I think.
We'll have highlights and reaction to that showdown Friday night on Varsity Sports Live. In Class 2A, not much change. St. Mary's and Shanley remain at the top, with Devils Lake climbing up to number 3. St. Mary's is at Valley City this week, with Shanley making the trek to Grafton. 1 through 5 is exactly the same in my Class A rankings. Top-ranked Beulah heads to 1-0 Garrison Max this week. Ellendale Edgley Cullum, the defending champs, will play at Kindred Friday night. That's a matchup of 2 teams that played in the Dakota Bowl last year. Remember, Kindred finished runner-up to St. Mary's in Class 2A last season. We'll have our camera there on Friday. In 9-man, Cavalier remains at the top despite playing without their star quarterback Austin Erlob, who got injured on opening night. The big change is North Prairie beat St. John to knock the Woodchucks out of the top 5. Wyoming Lidgerwood has outscored opponents 74-12 in its opening 2 wins. We'll have the Warbirds on Friday as well when they take on Hatton Northwood. To see the power rankings anytime, just visit midcosn.com and click on the blogs tab. Well, the volleyball season is underway across the state as well. We had some key matchups take place last night. Valley City swept a really good West Fargo team. Shanley outlasted Red River in 5. Let's take a look at the Davies-Wahpeton showdown at the Eagles Gym. Wahpeton was battling from behind for much of the first set, but Madison Klosterman lowers the boom for this kill to keep the Huskies alive, giving them a little momentum. But Davies sophomore Maddie Langley had her serve locked in. Watch her paint the far line here. Langley finished with 4 ace serves on the night. That one put the Eagles up 23-11 in the first set. Davies is stocked with young talent. This is freshman to freshman. Kenzie Langley to Grace Solberg to clinch that one. The Eagles had little trouble in this one, winning 3-0. In the central part of the state, Mandan raised some eyebrows. We take a look at those highlights. A 3-1 victory over Bismarck High. The Braves have a really good libero in senior Elizabeth Langgang. Megan Zander, good basketball player. She's also a solid middle hitter for the Braves. You saw that kill from her there. This is a group that has a lot of varsity experience, so don't be surprised to see Mandan make a little noise this season on the volleyball court. That leads us into our volleyball power rankings. Jamestown, the preseason favorite in the WDA, gets the nod at #1 overall for me. Courtney Peterson and Michaela Kurtz combined for 28 kills last night for the Blue Jays. Davies and West Fargo round out my top 3. But Kelly, to be honest, it's still way early. You and I both know how much things can change once you start developing that team chemistry, especially in a sport like volleyball. Kelly, back to you.
All right, very true. Thanks, Jody. We look forward to seeing you later in the show on Head to Head. When we come back, it's the hottest team in town, and they made it home just in time to go back to middle school. Hear from the Sioux Falls Little League players and coaches and see their warm welcome back to the city.
Midco Sports Tonight, presented by Avera.